As troops head away from the border, we're getting new proof on why they're better suited there than police. Mexican drug cartels are expanding their abilities to a terrifying new level, making Mexican police no match for the criminals and furthering some politicians' claims they should be treated more like a terrorist group. This is new video showing what Mexico's government has been able to confiscate from some of its most feared criminal groups. You can see these giant monster trucks have been modified with assault weapons, battering arms, and welded steel plates, all used to outgun police trying to crack down on their illegal drug operations. Joining me now is independent journalist and producer Luis Chaparro. Luis, I have to ask you, when you see these things, you have to be thinking this looks more like a military operation than any type of drug gang that we may have thought what drug gangs look like.
Absolutely, Nick. In several parts of Mexico, I think the term drug cartel lacks of what it really is right now. They're basically paramilitary criminal groups right now. They operate in full camo, like some sort of military attire or pseudo-military attire, and using these kind of trucks you're watching on screen called monstros or monsters, which are makeshift armored vehicles, but I mean, they're very, very powerful. Although they're slow, they have a lot of power, and in most of the times they mount up to 50 caliber rocket launchers on top of these vehicles. I mean, they are doing something else than just trafficking drugs in Mexico right now.
Yeah, Luis, if you're talking about rocket launchers on top of a vehicle, how is a regular officer in a squad car supposed to stop something like that?
It's absolutely complicated. Not only because of the firepower they have. I'm pretty sure that the Mexican army also has some good firepower. But the thing is, these criminal organizations have earned so much social basis. They've earned so much of the rural population in Mexico, which still stands for over 35% of the country, meaning that a lot of those people vouches even more for these pseudo, like sort of like military criminal organizations than with the government. So they really have no chance, not only for the firepower, but because of the support of a lot of the Mexican population to these criminal groups.
Luis, I know you get asked this all the time because you just said something that really just stuck with me. You talked about how we keep using the term cartel, and that could be outdated because it's more like a paramilitary group. But so many people in the United States sit there and they say, why are we worried about what's happening there? Luis, this matters here across in your neighbors to the north because?
Yes, well, the thing is, if you call them drug cartels, it means that they basically just trafficking drugs across the U.S. border. But these guys, these new organizations, probably over the last 10 years, they've been changing what they do. They've been even targeting a lot of the businesses that U.S. tourists attend in Mexico, like hotels, like these timeshare business. A lot of the stuff that we care on the U.S. side of the border, if you're a tourist into Mexico, or if you buy avocados from Michoacan, one of the states that are growing on the use of these kind of monsters, then there is an impact for all of us in the U.S. side of the border.
And all of our reporting has talked about the amount of fentanyl being brought across the border in vehicles like that really makes it intimidating. Luis Chaparro, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.